the Colorado State coach who decided that the best thing for his 0-2 football team was, or 0-1 football team, they've only played one game, but the best thing for their football team was to go on record to diss primetime Deion Sanders.
To throw some shade out there, which I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, he thought that was a really good idea before. Because it's not like the game was already going to be tough enough. College game day, it's on the road,
Rivalry.
tough environment, rivalry. So he's like, you know what? Let me just spice it up a little bit more.
Yeah, let me go poke the bear.
Yeah. So,
and I think he's going to be regretting that coming Saturday. And I think we should start off by talking about that game. It's college game day. College game day. Big noon kickoffs there. It's a late one. I think it's 8 p.m. Mountain Time and then 10 p.m. Eastern Time. But we get that in-state rivalry. Colorado State 0-1 going at number 18, Colorado, who's obviously 2-0. The line sits at 23 right now in Colorado's favorite, and I expect that to jump after what he said.
I saw someone's betting slip and they had like Colorado minus 40 something.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't go any higher.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, dude, I'd be smashing that cover for Colorado.
Yeah.
Just based off of, his reaction as well. There was Deion reacted to that, correct?
Yeah, there's a video that came out today, him talking to his team. And
we need to tell him the exact quote from the coach.
Oh, yeah. So Jay Norvell, Colorado State coach, unfortunately not going to have a job after next week because he decided to throw it all on the line. But he shades Deion Sanders by saying, I sat down with ESPN today and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off. And I said, when I talk to grownups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. They're not going to like us no matter what we say or do. It doesn't matter. So let's go up there and play.
Oh my gosh, dude. So, what are you doing, man?
No idea.
What are you doing? I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a bad representation for your players to, go out there and, just talk about the other coach, like just blatantly. It just sets a bad example for the players, I think.
Well, and like, it's a weird hill to die on.
Yeah.
It's like when you're talking to somebody, if you have a hat on, who cares?
Yeah.
If you have, maybe sunglasses, I could maybe get behind.
Yeah.
But then again, like if I'm talking to someone with sunglasses, like it's whatever.
I feel like that's such a ticky-tacky like diss,
Yeah.
It's like, oh dude, like what are you wearing in these interviews?
It's like, when he talks to me, he wears his hat and sunglasses. It's
like, okay, dude, who cares? Like, I'm going to go out and coach a football game. Like, I don't care about what you're wearing.
Exactly. So it's like, it's a weird hill to die on. It's a weird thing to really, it's almost like he was like sitting at home and he's like, what stupid thing can I say this week to really get this one going?
He probably cooked that up and he's like, oh man, like
so I'm going to get him with this one.
I'm going to get him with this one. I don't know if should I hold back on this? Like, I might be dissing him too hard, but yeah, he came out with that weak diss.
He probably like told all his buddies too. He's like, yo, I'm going to hit Deion with this. What do you think? They're probably like, oh yeah, that's sick.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. See what happens to your team after you do that. Yeah.
So, and if he didn't have one buddy step up and say, hey man, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Then he's got to get new friends.
Yeah, you got to get new friends.
Got to get another he needs some new buddies.
Yeah, exactly. So. But I mean, I think that they're going to pay for that. And I think Colorado is just going to continue to roll like they have been. I mean, the Buffs lead the series 67-22, and they won the last 5 straight. And this is not a Colorado team who's been impressive in the past, in recent history.
Yeah. And I think the stat that really stood out to me, obviously it's early in the season. Not many teams have played a lot of games, so obviously stats are inflated, but this is one of the worst defenses in the nation.
Colorado State
based off their first game. So having the idea that maybe, getting Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and all those boys, getting them even more angry is going to somehow play into your favor is just, it's just unbelievable. I can't get behind that, So it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a really interesting game because I think a lot of, and maybe this is why he did it, but I think a lot of people kind of looked at this game and they're like, this is going to be one that Colorado just rolls.
Yeah.
They're going to roll. They're going to get it done. And then, on to Oregon next week.
Yeah. Maybe coach is trying to like light some fire in his team.
And honestly, like I think Colorado State might have been looking at it this way: is maybe Colorado's overlooking us.
Yeah,
Maybe they're already looking towards Oregon next week and USC the week after. But then their coach just has to come out and open his mouth.
I know.
So now that whole Colorado team is refocused, they're dialed in, and they want to beat the crap out of this Colorado State.
It could have been, it could have been like a sneaky, like, hey, like they're probably looking forward to, ranked opponent Oregon, ranked opponent USC in the next 2 coming weeks.
Yeah.
But then he goes and drops that statement. All the focus is back to them. So, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the media play there by coach, but I think I'm going to pick Colorado to win this game.
I think that's a smart one.
And I think they're going to cover as well.
I'd say I don't even know if I want to pick Colorado. I'm just going to pick the cover though.
Yeah.
Because
I'm going to pick the cover because I think that they're going to go out there and, based off those comments, maybe they're not going to be, holding up towards the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter. Just going to be laying on the gas.
I'd say like if it wasn't obvious enough to pick Colorado, it's like I'm picking them to win handedly.
Yeah.
I think it could get really, there's a situation where it might be like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They might be up by like 40
and
you might see an onside kick or something.
Yeah. Or they're still throwing the ball.
It's like
trying to get more points up on that board.
So it's scary. The one thing that was interesting to me about Colorado is they do give up the most sacks in the nation.
They do.
Yeah. Obviously small sample size, only 2 weeks. But I think Shedeur Sanders been sacked 12 times this year already.
And they're aggressive. They throw the ball a lot. So you got to take those things into consideration. But
so that will be interesting if that trend continues towards, the middle and towards the end of the season.
Yeah, once they started getting into conference play.
But I'm gonna take Colorado.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm gonna take Colorado big too. It would be interesting to see because I think at the time of filming this or a little bit before, we had the line at 23.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if that line has moved.
Yeah.
I assume it might have moved a little bit at least.
I think it will.
But this Colorado team has already proven so many doubters wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people had them penciled in for, 3 wins on the season.
Mm-hmm.
They have a chance to go 3-0 and really stake their claim in the Pac-12. And I think their ceiling is really high.
Yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, how this game pans out, but especially, the next couple of weeks with the 2 big dogs that they got on their schedule.
Yep.